Newlyweds. Tom and Jill rejoice in their new life in Tom's childhood home, a gift from his mother. Amidst drinks and sushi, joy fills the air. A mysterious knock from the basement interrupts their bliss. They investigate and discover boxes of Tom's childhood memories and mementos of their enduring friendship. A little dog suddenly appears, leaving them baffled. They chase the unexpected guest, torn between keeping it or not. That evening, Tom invites his friend Jason and his girlfriend for dinner. They reminisce, uncovering Jill's old drawings of a character named Pretzel Jack from the basement. Jill reveals her inspiration from a circus contortionist she once saw. The next day, Jill observes Tom talking to Sarah while shopping. She confronts him, suspecting an affair. Tom introduces Sarah as a client and clarifies he's not her father, baffled by the suspicion. The tale unravels with the tumultuous relationship between Jill and her mother's unfaithful partner, resulting in abandonment. Yet, they reconcile and apologize, forging a new bond. During this newfound harmony, an eerie door manifests in their basement, sending shivers down their spines. To quell their anxiety, Tom contacts his friend Jason, who attempts to forcefully open the door. After all else fails, Jason reluctantly resorts to his shotgun, much to Tom's dismay. Only a power outage finally releases the door, unveiling a staircase leading to another door with a mysterious handprint. Jason is sternly warned against using his weapon again, as they suspect their neighbor may have secretly created this passage. They visit the neighbor's basement, but find nothing amiss, eventually apologizing and leaving. In the following days, they exhaust all efforts to unlock the door, even seeking external help, but it remains sealed. One day, alone at home, Jill hears a basement noise. She approaches the second door and impulsively places her hand on the handprint. Astonishingly, the door swings open, revealing a terrifying, contorting clown. Panicked, Jill calls the police, claiming the intruder is already inside their house, setting the stage for a chilling mystery. Night descends and Tom and Jill remain vigilant, puzzled by the ongoing mysteries. Jill, haunted by childhood trauma, seeks therapy to confront her deep-seated distrust of men. Tom's enigmatic encounter with a woman amplifies her suspicions, leading her to confide in Jason, hoping to unveil the truth about Tom. Her visit to Jason takes a dark turn, escalating into a heated argument. Instead of support, Jason gaslights Jill, intensifying the situation. Their clash is abruptly interrupted by the sinister clown, who brutally attacks Jason. Jill's desperate pleas for mercy unveil a horrific murder scene. Jason's death puts Jill at the center of a police investigation, her shock making her the prime suspect. A remark from an officer triggers a memory of her childhood and a mysterious door in her former home. Driven by her childhood memories, Jill revisits her old home, now owned by someone else, to uncover the unsettling truth. She sneaks into her old room but can't find the elusive childhood door. Doubting her memory, she returns when the owner leaves and discovers the hidden door behind the wallpaper, but it's smaller than the one in her current home. Behind the door, she sees a strange, distorted figure that reminds her of Pretzel Jack. She spots glimpses of him in her bedroom and cries for help. When Tom investigates and finds nothing, he questions her sanity. Her therapist prescribes medication, which frustrates Jill and leads her to storm out of the session. Desperate for someone to believe her, Jill confides in her neighbor Ian, who listens without judgment. Feeling secure with him, she shares her fears about Pretzel Jack and her belief that she brought this malevolent entity into existence. Ian seems to understand her situation, offering his perspective on the contortionist and giving Jill a glimmer of hope in her quest for answers. Amid their complex lives, Jill finds solace in Pretzel Jack, viewing him as her protector, a manifestation of her anger towards others. She confides in Jack, revealing that, as a child, Ian also created a tall friend called the Tall Boy. These creations serve as their unique emotional outlets. Tom keeps his secrets hidden. He secretly gives a toy to Sarah's baby and meets a mysterious woman who looks like him, hinting at a potential connection. These clandestine encounters occur during unconventional therapy sessions, involving sensory deprivation in a pool, unbeknownst to him, monitored by hidden cameras. During Tom's absence, Jill returns home from meeting Ian and answers a call on Tom's laptop. She's alarmed by a crying child in the background and a warning to stay away from her family, threatening police involvement. Furious and vindicated, Jill realizes her suspicions were justified all along. In the labyrinthine house of the mysterious woman, Pretzel Jack emerges after Jill loses control of her anger, injuring the woman severely. Attempting to shoot Jack proves futile as he relentlessly pursues Tom, wielding a knife and attempting to drown him, pulling them deeper into their mystic world. Amid this harrowing encounter, Tom summons the strength to fight back against the relentless contortionist. However, he's ultimately stabbed in the chest. The injured woman musters her last reserves of strength, firing a shot at Pretzel Jack, allowing Tom to escape. Although the shot doesn't inflict significant harm, it briefly deters Pretzel Jack. He swiftly regains his composure, contorting his body like a spider, relentlessly pursuing Tom. Desperate to escape, Tom stumbles upon the woman's car but struggles with a stick shift. He accidentally reverses into a van, causing Pretzel Jack to briefly retreat. Jill receives a hospital call about Tom, and hearing noises at home finds Ian with a dog. She accepts his offer to drive her to the hospital, creating an awkward atmosphere when they arrive. At the hospital, police show footage of the clown attack and reveal the woman is a doula, raising questions about Tom's involvement with her and Sarah. As they return home, Tom questions Jill, who unveils a mannequin like Pretzel Jack she collected from her old house. He's a protective entity, returning for her safety. Tom demands answers about Pretzel Jack's actions. Jill reveals she heard Sarah's baby during a call and presses Tom to confess. He admits to an affair with Sarah and fathering her child, fearing her threats. Jill's anger triggers Pretzel Jack, who had been dormant under a neighbor's patio, to arrive. Tension thickens as they await Ian near their house. Jill and Tom have a joint therapy session with Jill's psychiatrist, but both men dismiss Pretzel Jack as imaginary. Jill warns of his arrival, and a flickering light hints at danger. The doctor dismisses it, but Pretzel Jack enters, killing the doctor in front of them. Terrified, Jill and Tom escape, find Ian, and lose Pretzel after a relentless pursuit. Tom grapples with the horrifying reality they've faced. Seeking help, they reach Ian's home. Jill pleads for a way to destroy Pretzel Jack. Ian suggests confronting and controlling it. They plan to trap and face their emotions. Pretzel Jack approaches their house as Jill's father calls. An altercation with Sarah occurs. Tom hides her while Jill and Ian give chase. Pretzel Jack tries to drown Tom in the pool. With Ian's assistance, Jill regains control and saves Tom from the entity. They work together, and Jill focuses her mind on destroying Pretzel Jack, who turns into white dust underwater. This effort exhausts them, and Jill's ear starts bleeding. Worried, they take Sarah to the hospital, where an awkward silence hangs in the air. Sarah eventually speaks privately with Jill and confesses that Tom isn't the father of her child, easing Jill's suspicions. However, some doubt remains due to Tom's earlier deception. Outside the room, Tom stands with Ian, but he remains wary of his intentions. Tom slips away to avoid Ian's company and inadvertently crosses paths with the detectives. Meanwhile, Jill requests a ride from Ian, but expresses her reluctance to return home. Instead, she yearns to learn to control her mind. Ian takes her to his family's summer home, where an overwhelming sense of déjà vu envelops Jill upon entering the house. Ian arranges a bed for her, and once she falls asleep, secretly browses her phone. He discovers numerous messages and calls from Jill's father, Bill, who sounds panicked and urgently asks Tom to convey a crucial message to Jill about their family. The scene then transitions, hinting at an imminent revelation that may further unravel the complex web of mysteries and relationships in their lives. Bill relocates to a motel, nursing his sorrows with a drink, unaware of the impending visit. Ian arrives at his door, addressing him as Dad, revealing to Bill that Jill is his half-sister. Ian, harboring deep resentment, summons the tall boy who gouges Bill's eyes, ending his life abruptly. Shortly after, Tom reaches the address Bill had mentioned in his voicemail, spotting Ian departing from the same motel. He enters, seeking Bill, but the room is empty as if Bill had never been there. The following day, Ian begins Jill's training, shocking her with the revelation that he created her dog. When Jill discovers her phone smashed, an unsettling feeling lingers. Venturing outside for fresh air, she unknowingly attracts the attention of the tall boy, who watches her closely. Returning home, she stumbles upon a closet with a stuffed dog toy identical to her childhood companion, instilling fear and a sense that something is amiss. Back at their house, Tom encounters his dog's doppelganger, leading him into Ian's residence. Finding no one there, he investigates further, uncovering photos and evidence revealing Ian's connection to Jill as her half-brother. Upon their return, Ian and Jill discover Tom inside, surrounded by the incriminating evidence. As the pieces of the puzzling past fall into place, Jill suddenly recognizes the familiarity of the house. It's the same place from her childhood, adding another layer to the enigmatic web they find themselves entangled in. Jill's memory resurfaces, recognizing the house where her father took them. She confronts Ian about Bill's deception, leading to a gruesome discovery in Ian's garage, Bill's half-devoured corpse by Ian's creations. Terrified, Jill calls the police. Local cops and detectives arrive. Ian confesses to Bill and Jason's murders, revealing his obsession with Jill. As they prepare to arrest him, the tall boy appears, slaughtering the detectives. Jill and Tom reunite, but Ian arrives, covered in blood. Tom calls a cop for help, but Ian commands the tall boy to kill the officer. Panicked, Tom retreats, only to face a menacing red-hooded entity through a mysterious door, and Jill can't reach him. Jill's call goes unanswered, prompting her to step outside, where she stumbles upon the lifeless cop's body. In his blood, a chilling message beckons her to meet at the enigmatic ghost neighborhood. In this eerie realm, Tom is being forcibly dragged by the tall boy toward an unfinished construction site. He comes to a halt near Ian, who has just concluded a meal to sustain his strength. Ian explains his love for Jill and their unique abilities, upsetting Tom. Tom flees from Ian's confessions in disgust, making a quick escape. Meanwhile, Jill seeks Ian in the ghost neighborhood, unaware of hooded entities trailing her. They attack and kill a security guard who intervenes. Terrified, Jill seeks refuge, and Tom, pursued by the tall boy, rushes to her aid. Jill, chased by the tall boy, finds shelter with Tom's help. However, she discovers Tom is a fake created by Ian, who mimics her emotions. She escapes, leading to a desperate chase. In a climactic confrontation, Jill impales the imposter with a fence piece. The real Tom arrives, proving his authenticity with his blood. They reunite emotionally. The next day, they face the relentless tall boy again. Jill summons Pretzel Jack while Tom distracts him. A battle erupts between the imaginary friends, with Pretzel Jack victorious, ending the torment. Ian revives Tall Boy but faces a showdown with Pretzel Jack. In the end, Pretzel Jack defeats Tall Boy, and Tom fatally stabs Ian. The mysterious doors vanish. Time passes. Jill and Tom become parents to a baby with similar abilities.